Okay, we're finally ready, hoping. So, welcome back everyone to our next playthrough of Ultima Plus. This is part 5. Well, hello salty doggo. Welcome. Hope your evening's going well, and I'd like to give a shout out before we begin to Salty Doggo for following me on both Twitch and YouTube. Appreciate it a lot. So, if you're new here, before we begin, if you're new here, a thumbs up and a follow on YouTube. So, let's get going. If the chat buffers, please tell me in chat. And if you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. So, we beat the Magus sisters last time as well. So, for those who don't know, this is a new game plus. So, I have pretty much the best stuff in the game. But, let's move on, not keep you all waiting. So we know what happens here. And I unequip Telev on everything. You should think higher of me than that. Fine. Give back Rosa. Rosa, whoever you talking about, what? Of course. You cheated us, dirty scum. It's time for your comeuppance. You and I have no business, old man. Oh, you have no idea how wrong you are. This is for Anna. We know what's here. Paltry spells. He only uses the 3s, not the 4s. And now Mateo, although I was casting Mateo in battles with him, impossible. Mateo, but how? Tell her. No matter. So, Mateo broke my hold over you, so be it. Interesting. I still don't understand how Mateo could weaken him enough here. That was supposed to be false lightning. Why not finish me off? You are... We will finish this another time. Yeah, he must have been weakened. But tell her. So he ends up dying anyway, despite being able to cast it. We will avenge you both, I swear it. Done. He doesn't remember anything. So was Booby trapped? I knew you'd come. Your absence taught me that I saved the cuddles for when we're not in a war zone. Kane, he's free of Garbez's control, at least for now. I beg you. What part of it in a war zone don't you kids understand? Let's go, Kane. We need your powers as a dragoon. Command upgrade. Rosa will now gain blink upon using aim. So, when Rosa uses aim with a bow, she'll gain blink. You'll see this as you progress the story. Your party members will gain more abilities and spells and skills. So, let's do a quick change. Now, Rosa will have on exactly what you left with her. So would Kane. So, Fat Chocobo, we need the pussiest bow and arrows. And I want to use up the current 39 I have. Where's my Omega rings? There they are. Once again, always put the bow in the left hand. Okay, I need to give her the lunar helm. I could give her the Ant-Man, but the lunar helm's actually better. And save point. I'll probably end up in this walkthrough by gain the rest of the silver and gold apples to max everyone's HP on my main endgame team to 14,999. Wait, haven't we met before? I feel like I've met you in another game. Which game was that? Which ROM hack was that? It seems Lord Galbez has underestimated your powers. If it isn't Valverless, the Fiend of Wind, show yourself. Cain, you betrayed us. I came to my senses, demon. I should have gotten rid of you sooner. I'm wondering why. Probably Galbez. Ah, but how will you feel now that the old man and his Mateo? I don't need Mateo to beat you. You're not the only one who can ride the wind. Make sure you scan. And make sure you have Cain jump. But, like I said, make sure you scan. Good, it didn't kill her. So I'll be able to scan. It almost did. I knew I met you before. You may have bested me, but the strongest of the full fiends still remains. Yeah, I know. Also in T edition, if you jump, you can dispel her tornado status. Now you see where Sushi got his creation of when fighting Valvis in the Crystal Tower to jump to dispel her tornado. Because it works the same as you saw. Along you will be destroyed. It's collapsing. Where are we? Your room in Bern reckon it's safe since the fake king's gone. There's something I have to tell you. It's about the crystals. I know. Yes, the dark ones. See, the ones on the surface. Therefore, he's only half. We verified the location buried deep within the earth. You don't mean yes. How we get there, dig a hole? That I don't know. He seeks both sets to open the path to the moon. Your guess is as good as mine. You are on a need to know, Kane, and he wouldn't tell you everything, which shows he didn't trust you from the get-go. Use this at the altar. It has to be somewhere on the overworld. Let's hop on. The Enterprise can fly around the world in 80 seconds. But she was left at the Tower of Zot. Don't doubt my ingenuity, boy. She's outside bound thanks to my remote control. Will wonders ever cease? Not where I'm involved. Let's have first thing to look for the entrance. So, why? Because there's more to Garbez than you might think. No, it's nothing. So, now, you'll want to do what you need to do on the overworld, because once you go down into the underworld, you're locked out up here until you can get back up here later. If you want to do any fighting, because you're locked. We're just gonna go straight there because I really can't do a lot without the hovercraft being able to be attached. check out the weapon armor shops here in Argent. It's pretty much got the same stuff. The killer bow is better. Make sure to buy that. You'll get more mileage out of a bow and arrow with Rosa than any other weapon for her. You know, Salty, that was the same with me. I've been live streaming T Edition for at least a month and a half and been wanting to get back into this ROM hack. The Mythros stuff, once again, can be key in certain optional boss fights later on, as it absorbs both holy and darkness. But there are no treasures here. This is the observatory. So, let's head here. It's a bottomless well. What the? I think the reason why Argent doesn't get damaged is it's a magical use of an earthquake to open the way without it damaging anything else. Yeah, you have a good one. Enjoy your evening, Salty. Hope to see you back on. So, once again, if you want to do anything, do it now. But we're going in. How the hell did we get stuck in between both of them? Hold on, we're going down. And I need to do something I completely forgot. One moment. buffering. We're getting buffering. Well, hello, Climax. Welcome. Yeah, we're getting buffering. OBS is being a royal pain again with my connection. It'll come up. If you want, you can come over to Twitch. Hi, I'm Luca. I'm looking for my dogs. Have you seen any Calbrinas? So, we know what happens here. You're gonna see something very interesting. You speak of them with reverence. You must be Alice. I'm afraid 2 of the 4 have been taken. Already? Man, Galbez sure is efficient. He's already 20 steps ahead of us. He sure is efficient. You must give it to him. We barely got down here and he's already got 2 out of 4. Wish she could, but she's pretty banged up from the crash. Hole in Mithro. So, like I said, you're gonna see something that I think might blow your socks off how this battle's going to work. And of course, Yang senses something. That monk's intuition can sense danger. I sense someone watching. Something's afoot. My instincts are never wrong. It's locked. Oh, dolls? You fools, you doom yourself. We'll take your heads. Good luck with that. So, if this is your first playthrough, make sure you scan both of them and then force the Calbrina to appear to scan it. Even if that means leaving only one. I'm not, because I don't need to, but make sure you do. Remember, the next time you can get this is at the boss rush. An ethereal mantle, plenty of good stuff. We lost, but you're too late. What? You may have harmed me before, but that old mage can't save you. It seems you're all dying to know. All 8 crystals are key to activating the Tower of Babel, which leads to the moon. Yes, that's the lunar moon with the lunarians, not the other moon. And soon it will be mine. So, we all know this fight. But you're going to see something that I think is going to shock you. He's got 30,500 HP. Make sure to get that. There's not much you can do right now. You need to wait for him to end. Until we can get this battle moving on. Sometimes it shouldn't take that long. Now, here it comes. Hold gas doesn't work because I'm immune to paralysis. If you can get a scan, get a scan. It's not going to work. It only has 1 HP. And it's weak to ice. But now you must wait until now. You can actually defeat him now without waiting for you-know-who to show up. That must be a Billifard. That voice. Let's get her in. Because hold gas no longer works, it seems this battle takes longer. Nope. So, and now in this ROM hack, Rydia gets to keep her white magic. And of course I already have everything, but we're going to do this. Lancet. And you gain the antimatter and the dark matter. We can get rid of that siren. Swami took me to the Feymarsh. Who's this woman? Believe it or not, this is the little girl. Enough, we can't undo the past. Besides, Queen Ashura told me a great evil is at work. We must confront it together. Colorita rejoins. And then you just leave, Garbes? You don't try to stop him? I don't get that. It's as almost is that no matter how hard you try, you're gonna lose all the crystals. Of course, for the story, it has to happen. I'm sorry, Garbes took the crystal. This won't be the only time we'll have to apologize. Where is it? It's in the seal cape, but worry not. Garbes's forces approach. You're going to retrieve the others, right? Isn't it the stronghold? But now is the only chance we have. Good. There's a path to the other side of the plateau in the castle basement. Go when you're ready. Good luck. So, Rydia has returned. Now, I could give Rydia a apocalypse. I've done it. But we're gonna give her another weapon instead. We want to keep her as a magic user, not as a physical attacker. So that would usually mean me putting on the Magus Rod. So, how are you, Climax? And how is everyone in chat? I'm keeping the diamond shield only because I was able to get in the Tower of Zot off a lucky drop. So, as you know, loot the castle, pick up everything. We'll put that in the storage. This is where you can finally buy cottages. So make sure to stock up on them. Cottages is going to become more important than tents. Silver apple. Weapons I recommend: by the dwarf, unless you went and got the chest, the power if you don't have that. Also buy the chain flare if you didn't end up getting it. Get Yang the Kaiser Claw again so you can have two of them. And make sure to stock up on Medusa arrows. You can buy the flame sword, although it's kind of useless down here. Armor has both flames, and it has both bomb coals and bomb arms. Along with the usual, make sure to buy what you need. And now you go pick up all the treasures. Sorry about that. Leather whip, rune ring, chocobo, and the strength ring. The treasure area. Another Bacchus. A diamond ring, which is really good for resisting thunder. Black belt, good for yang. Holy arrows if you need them. An elf cloak as usual for that goodness once you get a certain party member. Okay, let's head outside to the plateau. One moment, I just got a message. Sorry about that, I'm back. Cottage, Gaia's drum. I'll probably end up doing some work off stream trying to see if I missed any treasures, because when I beat this I'd like to see me hit 100%. I'm at 97%. I may have all 426 of them. So, the underworld has changed. As you can see, you can get down here to get to Coco. But that also means there's stronger monsters down there. Raiden. So, if you want, there is the bonus dungeon with the optional super boss that you can't get right now for later, but you can get in there and pick up stuff. We won't, but you can. This Coco's Forge will become a very heavy shop where you can buy some of the best stuff in the game later. There's a total of 5 shops that open up, but you must have passed all of the super bosses in order to unlock that. A lit bolt. A soma drop, not an elixir. There's an elixir. There are some tougher monsters, but it's a good spot if you want to try your luck on them down here. Once again, make sure you're scanning. High wind. Sunflare. So if you want to try, go right ahead. Would I recommend? Yes. You can get some very good EXP down there. Once again, you've got 3 people that can scan, well 4. Now, blink doesn't always activate. Don't disregard the Mythros. The Mythros stuff. That will be useful later. It may not look useful right now, but it will. You don't need any of that, but if you do get it, use it. Pick it up. So, if you notice, we're meeting these type of monsters over here, not the usual stuff you meet in vanilla. Is there... Yeah, there is. The Dragoon Lance, the best lance in the game. Yeah, I don't need that. I don't need that. Don't need any more 10s. Medusas I don't need. We need to use up that whisker. Quick save. Lower part, Tower of Babel. Something extra here that's exclusive to this ROM hack. It's quite a bit. And in this ROM hack, you'll be able to come back into the Tower of Babel, both areas, both top and bottom, no matter what. It will no longer be locked out once the giant happens. So, boss, intruder alert, attack protocol initiated. So, we have the magma golem. That's exclusive here only in Ultima Plus. Make sure to scan it and scan the beamers. Remember, the beamers are from the giant. So only Lydia now needs protect. Everyone else is at max level. At max stat on defense. This battle shouldn't be too hard on a first playthrough. That erupt is not going to be that strong. And if you happen to have something ice, that'll help in mitigating that damage. If you're going to use slow, use silk webs. They seem to be better than the slow spell at really slowing things down. I don't think that works. Ice fall. And I got the Zeus gauntlets, a rare drop off the magma golem. Close call. So, now that we defeated that boss, everything in here should be normal. Stop sand. Supernova. Interesting. More Medusa arrows. So, there's a chest here, but you can't get it. This requires a certain party member to get. We'll come back here later and get this. And don't worry about trying to get the Gorgon soul or the Medusa soul. You'll be able to buy it later. Monsters. So you know this is the alert. If you want, and I would highly recommend you do, attempt to get it to summon some stuff. Since Psych weighs 0 MP, it's much easier to do this when you have more than one party member that can do it. Overall, the chimeras are not worth it. Stole a siren. Then you get that ice brand. And we have full flame dogs. Ice ball. I picked up a Morning Star. This is a blacklist. Monsters, same thing. Now, it does seem that these chess ones seem to draw out certain summons, but you can meet these later on in here in random battles. The stone golem's a great chance to try to pick up the Gorgon sword or the Zeus gauntlets. We don't need to, but you should. They're weak to ice. Ice brand's really good. The Barret's really good. Arctic Wind still gives it health, but that's okay. Yay, a mid potion. Even though I may say yay, that's good for first playthrough. Bomb. If I use one of the siren items, it'll draw the strongest enemy in the Tower of Zot here. More holy arrows. Medusa's gonna be your best. However, we're gonna get rid of these. We're gonna do a quick state save because I want to show, because I'll probably won't do it because I don't need to, but so this is the rarest enemy in here, in this part of Babel. Piggy works. Confused does not. Sunflower. It's pretty good. 3 high potions. So that's pretty much what the siren will do. You can buy those later, and you can pretty much... They'll use primarily to get the pink puffs in the lunar subterranean to stock up on pink tails. Ice shard. The tiger mask is a really good helmet. At this point, it's 2 times critical hit chance. Oh, right. Make sure you're scanning. Break. Break likely works, so make sure you're actually using it. I don't need another morning star, but you might. And any magic dots you get, skip them. They're no longer useful and just waste and take up space. Antimatter. So, you've got two doors down here. One leads to a dead end that leads back to here. And the other way also just leads to a whole bunch of battles. So don't go in there unless you're looking to do some grinding in here, because you'll meet a battle almost every step in that area. And I'm not sure what 8-bit was thinking there. Is that an incomplete area and it was just never finished? Or as though there was supposed to be some kind of treasure in there? Only time will tell if that ever gets fixed. I always could ask off the Ultima board. Plus, if you look at in the description, I've linked the page to be able to patch and play this ROM. The only thing required is Final Fantasy II US version. Other than that, it should be pretty easy. Patch it and play it. The link's in the description below. Lancet. Now remember, Lancet is Kamari's skill. And whether or not you kill this, either in the egg or out, or if it hatches, you'll still get the same. And the egg does not count as a separate entry in the bestiary. Another morning star. Gravity. I keep getting all these bombs. Make sure if you're getting them, you're collecting them. Of course, it'll heal it. So, right here coming up is where you can meet the alerts. Save point in that room over there, but you can always meet these two in here. But, like I said, the Medusa sword or the Gorgon blade, you don't need to spend time trying to get her to drop it. Because normally in the vanilla version, you spend hours trying to get that sword. Elf cloak. Treasure chest up here. Let's see what this alert calls out. And I would recommend that you use someone with the healing or one of the girls with a weaker weapon to be able to keep summoning stuff. Charm arrows. Do not waste the time eggs. Make sure you're stocking them up. Okay. Quick sight. The Nega Jara, or the Naja Raja. Lord Rubicante, please be careful. The threat of the ninja has been dealt with. With Rubicante and Galbez gone, I'm free to experiment again. What a weirdo. Hush. So, who's there? See, so? Won't you call for help, Doctor? Don't take me lightly and don't make me laugh. So, make sure you get them into Barnab Z and scan him. Scan them both. And then force him to move into Barnab Z and gain that scan. And I believe the quickest way is to get rid of Dr. Louis quick. Now, we're gonna let him... Nope, this time it decided to explode. But you still get Gil and experience out of it. But you miss out on Barnab Z. I'll best you yet, you curs. This version, make sure to scan him. Because this does count as a separate entry. Rescanning him though doesn't do anything. It's still the same enemy with the same amount of health. tier 5. Well, thank you, Beastman. I appreciate that. This tower connects the two wards. Rubicante's already moved the crystals to the overlord. Of course he did. The dwarves are in danger. So so Rydia here learned Toad, Piggy, Psych, and Drain, which would go into the call menu. And you received the Louis key. So the tanks were causing a distraction with the super cannon. But there are two treasure chests in the back. Blitz Whip and the Elven Bow. Arrow. So now you know what must happen next. Take everything off of Yang, save your game. Let's just kill the alert fast. Couple of Medusas, in which you only get Medusa arrows. They can drop the Golgan Sword, but you'll be able to buy it later, so worry not. And you can also get the Golgan Sword from the Black Lizards. Doesn't need to be off of them. Of course, that sword's real good at this point. Okay, let's take off everything, in which I'm not gonna have any space. I can put the Elven Bowl in storage. I believe the Elven Bowl is the third best bow in the game, behind the Artemis and the Perseus. Okay, let's continue. Don't worry, Yang is already super strong, even without anything on. I'm also planning on doing a little thing. If I can get to 100 subs on YouTube and 100 subs on Twitch, I will place my face on camera so you can see who I really am. So you can put the voice where the person is. So, we got Luke's key, unlock the door, and the super cannon descends now. Blast the enemy, get him. Okay. Yeah. Hold. Confuse. Doesn't work. The toad does. Ha, well then. Of course. Must you do this? I'll take care of this. You escape. Tell Sheila to live for me. So, you lose Yang, and now you're back to a party of four for a short time. Bomb. Bomb. Ice 3. No, I do mean it. I'll keep that promise. That 100 subs on both YouTube and Twitch. And I'll put the name to the face. I'll show myself. Beastie Man already knows what I really look like. Free bomb. Which works perfectly. Bomb. So, as we exit, a free bomb again. I get all these bombs. It's pretty much free right there. Might as well take the other one. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend buying bomb bombs at Dwarf Castle. Get them here. Save you money. Put it towards other stuff. Leviathan, Tsunami. And 2 more bomb arms. Oops, I missed a treasure over here. Oh, it's just the llamas, huh? Bomb arm. Bomb arm. Bomb arm. Oops. Once again, we'll have to come in here later and pick that up. Don't worry, I'll be able to get it. And there's no other way to get that right now. You'll also find out why this is here later on. The reason. Firebomb. So, you put on a spectacular performance. Progress. Farewell, fools, and remember, nothing is forbidden in war. Looks like we've got a terror on us. Can't we shake them? Looks like they've upgraded the wet wings. They're gaining on us. Come on, Enterprise. The engine won't last much longer. Come on. Sid, what are you doing? He'll be fine. Get out of the underwater. I'll close the hole up with this bomb. Guess I won't be playing Granddad for you two all here to tell her she's my pride and joy. Listen, head to Baron and get those two lazy bums of mine to help ya. Be good, video. I'll show you the great fireworks of Sid, Chief Engineer. Sid? Why, stubborn old fool? Set course for Baron. So, we're back up here. The underworld's closed for the time being, but not for long. We're gonna be playing for a little bit longer. Elf cloaks and mid potion, a high potion. So before we talk to those two lazy bums, Hermes, Abacus, a mid potion, X2, an ether, a mid potion, an ether, an elixir, and this is going to happen. Oh no, if you come here early on in the game before you met up with Rydia, you'll be knocked back. Now, technically, you know we're supposed to get the Esper here. The problem is that you need Ursula and Leviathan. You need to go to the Feymarsh before Odin appears. The former king, somehow he became a summon. Don't understand the physics behind that would gain him that right. He must have come from a caller's lineage. Boss ordered us to attach this hook. And you definitely don't want to do anything optional with only a team of 4. Now the Enterprise can hook and carry the hovercraft. Now you can explore places like Eblin Cave near the Tower of Babel. About Sid, we know. Sorry, Beastie Man. Old Dio Badger's one headstrong snipe. But remember, the man means well. Hey, good luck. So, we can now hook the Enterprise. There's quite a bit we can do. But make sure you go get your 5th party member before you do any of that. Shuriken, Wind Slash. So, there is... Hold on. So, you see that thing right there? That is an optional super boss. Don't fight it right now. Because you will die. As long as you don't touch it, it's not gonna try to do anything. Hello? Okay, this battle's a great battle for gaining the Zeus gauntlets. Holy. Expulsion. we're gonna go a little while longer. Okay, we reached the cave. Make sure you're picking up stuff. You can finally buy mid potions here. Ethers are expensive, but you can buy them as well. Make sure to stock up. The robot at the entrance looks ancient. I wouldn't mess with it. Wise words. So this is where you can buy the rest, including Arctic Wind. So if you need anything, buy it. The ice and flame stuff would be really good to have on hand. And here you can buy the boomerang, the kunai, the thieves knife, the Gaia hammer, and the whiskers. Stock up on what you want and need. Aisha, Ninja Star. Save point. Let's cottage. Since I'm sure I'll get one in here. Sure you can. Vamping. So this is exactly the same. Nothing changes here. Looks like I need to use an ice shard. In older versions, that was Ice Blast. So, monsters. Couple of stone men. Medusa arrows. And here is where you get the Medusa. That's why I recommend not wasting your time in the Tower of Babylon near Lich trying to get it, because you'll get one here. Arrow. Lots of vamp things. So, do this. You got a blood feast. Once we get Edge, that's where we'll end for the night. Firefall. Not bad. That would have been good in first playthrough. Cottage, Shuriken, Shuriken. Gaia's Drum, monsters. You got 4 mad ogres. Supernova. Lancet. Stole another bucket. Stole another one. And you get the ogre's axe. Now, as usual, any chest that has a guaranteed drop from a monster in there, don't try to reset or stay low to try to get a different item. It's already predetermined in that chest. Firefall. If anyone has any questions, please post in chat about this ROM hack. Hello. A Kotatsu sword. A katana. Firebomb, ice shot, lit bolt. Huh. High potion. This would usually be where a good blade is, the blood sword again. So, you must be wondering if I am where I am, Edge is at that same level. So how does this battle go? You're about to see. Have we met? I'm Edge, Prince of Elberlin. So, the ninja clan yet lives. Impressive, exactly. and then decides to do flame. But this is supposed to kill him, but it does not. So then he uses a bomb code. Blast you. That way you would end that fight, since he's not supposed to win it. Wait. Back off, Blondie. He's mine. Ooh. I'm not some spoiled prince. I don't need your help. Yes, you do. I don't like seeing a lady cry. You're right. You won't be any use if you're injured. Rosa, if you please cure. Thanks, honey. Hey, you're pretty cute too. Yeah, Edge and his, how would I call it? Interesting stuff. Right team or off? Oh, brother. And now Edge has joined. So, Edge is extra special in this ROM hack, as he'll gain later on a lot more skills to add to his ninjutsu. That F-bomb is a flash bomb, not the F-word. And of course, Edge has his two-handed. And we don't have space. So we'll give him his two best katanas in the game. And no, they're not the Masame, and the Masamune. The Eclipse and the Tempest. You can also throw good spoon daggers. which would likely do 14,999, and you can buy them, and Yang can actually equip the spoon in this ROM hack. Now you're saying, but Yang, you'll see why. So, now what you would normally do is move on. However, now that you have a full team again, pretty much the Vanilla Games End team, you can head out and head into new areas to fight. But you have to walk all the way out, but you can. Ice Shard. So, before we stop, Edge is useful in his ROM hack. He's still a liability early on, so keep him in the back. This is not a good place to grind. So, speed, the illusion allows you to get blink on everyone. Flash bomb. Sword is just a magical sword attack that does really good damage. So, That's a llama. So, here we are. We made it. I think we'll end it here for tonight. Okay, so we'll end it. I'd like to thank everyone for joining me tonight. Once again, Salty Doggo. Appreciate both the follows on both YouTube and Twitch. Thank you, Beastie Man and Climax, for jumping in. Join me tomorrow, probably around the same time, as we begin the Tower of Babel upper portion as we continue the story. So, if you're still here watching the live stream, thumbs up and a follow on YouTube as we head for 100 subs, and on Twitch, follow and a sub would greatly help me on either. Let's get to 100 so I can keep my promise, because I do want to. So, sorry, and the link to the patches in the description below if you want to look at it, save it, do whatever you need to do. So, I'm sorry once again, YouTube. Can't be direct, so you all have a good night over there. Stay safe. For Twitch, let's see who we're going to raid. Let's go ahead and raid this player, this streamer. Raid has started. And you all have a good night. This is Soa signing off.